At Certis, we've been marketing and developing ferric phosphate slug pellets for over 10 years. During this time, SluxxHP has evolved with a unique patented formulation which offers excellent slug control whatever the weather. For a slug pellet to be successful, it needs to be palatable, durable and spreadable. The SluxxHP formulation can be recognized by the Ferric Field Technology logo. Ferric Field Technology offers you a number of unique benefits to help you control slugs. Surprisingly, slugs are fussy eaters. Using their lower antennae, they chemically test any new food source before deciding to eat it. So for a slug pellet to work, it has to be palatable. SluxxHP is made from the same durum wheat flour used for pasta production. Only 100% durum flour is used. There is no bran or filler. SluxxHP is essentially a pasta product to which active ingredients and other formulants are added. A pasta-based dough is produced and extruded through a plate with appropriate diameter holes, in the same way that spaghetti is made. A circular knife then cuts the pasta to a uniform size. The wet pellets move through a pasta dryer and are slow baked for 5 hours. This slow baking process reduces the number of micropores on the pellet surface, making them dust-free and more durable under wet conditions. Under magnification, the superior quality and uniformity of SluxxHP compared to alternatives is clear to see. This time-lapse video demonstrates that SluxxHP pellets, seen on the left, have outstanding anti-mold properties compared to an alternative pellet on the right-hand side. Slugs will not eat moldy pellets, and SluxxHP's anti-mold ingredient, used in the food industry, means it is far more resistant to molding and remains palatable to slugs on the soil's surface for much longer. So, how do ferric slug pellets work? Here we can see a diagram of the slug's basic anatomy, and including its digestive tract. Once a pellet is ingested, it moves to the crop and then into the longer gut which surrounds other important organs. Ferric phosphate on its own is not very effective at killing slugs, so a chelating agent is also added to the pellet. The chelating agent enhances and concentrates the activity of the ferric phosphate, making it more available to disrupt the slug's digestive processes and allows movement of the ferric phosphate from the gut to other critical organs to kill the slug. Slug pellets have to work in all weathers. Nearly all slug pellets in the UK use EDTA as the chelating agent. One issue with this material is it can be leached from the pellet under wet conditions, reducing their effectiveness. SluxxHP is different. It uses EDDS. This is a much more expensive material, but has one distinct advantage. It is much more resilient under wet conditions, which means that SluxxHP continues to offer high levels of slug control under dry, wet, and very wet conditions. After all, SluxxHP was designed for use in rice paddies in standing water, so it is more than capable of coping with UK arable conditions. We can demonstrate the impact of the EDDS chelating agent in this simple trial, comparing slug pellet performance under dry and wet conditions. The bars indicate the level of damage to the plants over time. As you can see, under dry conditions, both SluxxHP and a leading competitor exhibit similar performance. However, under wet conditions, the EDDS chelating agent in SluxxHP really makes a difference, as levels of crop protection are maintained unlike the competitor. SluxxHP pellets are very uniform. They spread evenly from 12 to 32 meters depending on dose and the applicator used. SluxxHP has a higher number of baiting points than many competitors. For the larger pellet type, SluxxHP has 30 to 40% more baiting points than many competitors. Slugs are random feeders. There is no scientific evidence to suggest they react to attractants. They literally stumble across their food, so a higher baiting point density means more chance of a slug finding the pellet rather than your crop. High-quality durum flour makes a palatable pellet. The slow bake process and added anti-mold make the pellet durable on the surface. Optimum number of baiting points together with the unique EDDS formulation means that SluxxHP will help protect your crop whatever the weather.